I'm Kathy Hester, and this is DIY Holiday Gift class. So we're going to make a body scrub. And this is kind of fun. This is actually from my oatmeal book. Let me put this stuff back. And if you don't have a lot of essential oils, just don't worry. And for instance, in this oatmeal cookie one, we're going to use vanilla extract. So it's just not that big a deal. We're also going to use some cinnamon. We are going to use some olive oil because it's for outside of our body. And you could use either light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. I like dark brown sugar because it has more molasses in it, because basically our brown sugar is just has stuff removed and then put back in. And so I just like it that way, and I think it looks nice too. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these oats and we're going to grind them into a powder. And you can use really any blender for that, and I think we'll just try the vitamin. Actually, let's try the Ninja. I've got a couple of different blenders. This is the less expensive one. Okay. So I'm just going to put that on there. That's a cup. Okay, this is probably going to be a little loud. Okay, so basically what we've done is we've made oat flour. So if you had oat flour, for real, you could just use it and not go through this. However, oat flour costs a lot more money than rolled oats. So I encourage you to just make your own. Okay, then we're going to mix our stuff in a bowl. So we're going to put, actually, let's do it this way again so you guys can see better. We'll do it overhead. Now, if you have a friend that is gluten-free, I would highly recommend making sure that your oats say gluten-free on them. And that is because there is cross-contamination. There is no gluten in oats, but somehow they managed to cross-contaminate it. We're going to put 3/4 of a cup packed brown sugar. And it's really the sugar that does the scrubbing part. Although the oats really help soothe like tired, dry winter skin. I just got some cheap olive oil, and the mild taste, typically if you're cooking, you don't want to cook with this because it's too mild, but we really don't want that olive smell overpowering everything. So we're going to use 1/4 cup of this, so let's go back to where you can see the excitement of me pouring it in. Okay, so about 1/4 cup. And it's kind of fun. You really feel a little mad scientist-y. It could just be me, but I think it's kind of awesome and lots of fun to do these things. And then we want to use about a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And really, I got this, I think, at TJ Maxx. It is really weak vanilla. This was $4.99. Vanilla is quite expensive right now because of various things, so you could leave the vanilla out. The vanilla is a nice touch, and it's one of those things, if you're making a bunch of gifts this way, and I think this probably makes 4 small scrubs. And then we're going to use 1.5 teaspoons. If I can find my 1/2 teaspoon. Of cinnamon, and that just gives it that really yummy oatmeal cookie scent to it. So once you make it, you can even kind of start to smell it, and you can see just what it's going to smell like, which is, I love it. I love it. So let me get, I think I want to use like a little spatula, because I want to mix the stuff up in really well. And if there's, for some reason, not enough liquid, like maybe your brown sugar is dry, I think you can use vanilla powder. I don't see why you would not, because we're just using it for the scent. You might need to add in a little more oil just to get the scrub to come together, because you can see now I'm making sure I get all of it. You can add more olive oil. Here's the thing, you just don't want to make it where it's going to be like an oil slick in the bathroom and someone's going to fall. So you kind of have, that's the only reason I limit some of this. And you can make salt scrubs, but personally I prefer sugar scrubs, because in the winter, if your skin's cracked at all and you use a salt scrub, it's very painful, whereas a sugar scrub doesn't do that. And I just find it nice. I haven't made this one in a long time. This was from Outrageous Oatmeal, so if you have that book, you have that recipe. Let me show you. Okay. You guys kind of see that? So this is what it's like. So it is like a scrub, and it's going to leave a little bit of oil residue. I would use it in the shower, but honestly, you could keep some in the kitchen and just wash your hands with it. It's not that sticky. It's a little sticky. So I would recommend, it is made for you to rinse it off. And I would put it in little ball jars like this, these little jam jars. If you wanted to, you can put it in a bigger one, and we'll put some in both so you can kind of see what that looks like. And again, you could quadruple this recipe easy. But even if you go to TJ Maxx right now to get some of this fancy stuff, it costs more than what these ingredients were. I think the whole thing of brown sugar cost me 99 cents, 89 cents, and I didn't even use all of it, right? And so there's one thing you can do. And here's something cute if you don't know with mason jars, and we'll look at this in a minute too. It's like sometimes you can take napkins, and I get a lot of vintage napkins because I just love them. And you can put it over, you want to have the little lid on, but not the screw cap. And then you can put the screw cap on and have it be like super cool, a little fancy. You can also use just plain Christmas material. I've done that before. So it just makes it look a little fancier, but it doesn't need to happen. It just depends on how you want to present it. It's really just that simple. And I love all these little napkins and things. So let's get this one together, and I think I'm going to put this one, and let's see how much it'll fill up this larger jelly jar. I think this one will fill that up easy. So again, you could make 10 times this recipe. The only thing that you need to do that's really very much effort at all, other than measuring things, is to grind the oats. And again, you're welcome to buy oat flour. Like if you wanted to make this for 50 people, I'd go ahead and buy the oat flour if you can, just to make it easier. And so when I pack it, I find that it doesn't look nice until it's kind of packed down a little bit. And so that's how I like it to look. You could also, you could have a cinnamon stick in there, or you could actually put a ribbon and have a cinnamon stick. And what I would do is make sure you tell people what it is, because they could eat it if they wanted to, but they don't really want to, right? And so sometimes people will smell something like this and think, I wonder if that would be good in my coffee. So we don't want to do that. So this is just how easy it is to make body scrub. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful December. Enjoy all the holidays.